Hello. I have not pulled up my model yet. There it is. Hi. Hi, Salty. Oh my gosh. I need to tell you guys a story. I I don't want to call anyone out, right? I really don't. But this morning, I see someone commented on my stream from yesterday, like on my Paranormasight stream. And they are saying you are not allowed to stream this game or post content about it online until March 8th. Now, I don't know where they're getting this information from, because I checked everything and I am not finding that information back. So, like, either they're spreading misinformation or they're confused. But yeah, that is not the case. You are in fact very welcome to stream it. Unless I find it somewhere at some point, but I haven't found anything about it yet, so yeah, I don't know what they're saying. Anyways, hello also to Frauder, Alistair, Spooky. Hello, hello. But yeah, as far as I don't find anything about that, I'm just gonna continue playing the game. Cause, like, let me put up the copyright information. Permission is hereby granted, free of charge, to any person obtaining a copy of this software to deal in the software without restriction, including without limitations of the rights to use, copy, modify, merge, publish, distribute, sublicense, and or sell copies of the software, and to permit person to whom the software is furnished to do so, subject to the following conditions. The above copyright and permission notice should be included in all copies. Yep. It's granted. The same thing. Yep, and that's it. Like, I am not seeing any information about it not being allowed to be streamed, so... Hi, Aiko! I hope you're doing well today. Alright. Right where we left off last time. The lighthouse, huh? Gotcha. Oh boy. Okay, let's do the reading now. Let's do the reading now before there's too much. Kanzakisho ruins. The remains of this wartime structure are located atop a hill in eastern Kamishima. It was constructed to observe the impact points of shells fired from a test firing range operated by the former Army Ministry at Cape Irago on the opposite shore. Similar observation facilities were also built on Sugishima Island and in Ichiga, a town on the Shima Peninsula. Having been abandoned after the Second World War, the observation post has since fallen into disrepair, and entry is now forbidden to the general public. The Kamishima Lighthouse. A lighthouse on the eastern side of Kamishima. The narrow passage between Cape Irago and Kamishima has long been known to be difficult to navigate, particularly at night, so much so that it has been featured alongside the whirlpools of Awa and the Ondo no Seto Strait in Sailor Song about the most feared waterways. Following its construction in the Meiji era, spurred by reports of warships striking reefs in the area, the lighthouse has continued to stand watch over the waters of the island, ensuring safe passage to all who travel them. Kameshi Maru, a mascot character created specifically for Kamishima as part of the local youth organization's efforts to boost the island's economy and strengthen the community. The design selected for the project was envisioned by Tsukasa Awao, a local high school student. As a symbol of Kamishima, it can be seen on a wide variety of merchandise sold in shops on the island, including keychains, flags, and hand towels. A surprising number of tourists have found themselves charmed by the turtle character's peculiar, sleepy expression, enough so that its merchandise is often in short supply. Taishima, an island said to have previously been located to the south of Kamishima. As it has long since vanished, it is sometimes referred to as Taishima or Lost Island. No official records remain, and it remains shrouded in mystery, with knowledge of it preserved only in tales passed down between residents of the Iseshima area. Legends say the island was besieged by someone 400 years prior, and the curse of the murdered islanders caused the entire island to sink. Amadivers. Kuniyoshi Utagawa, All the Famous Products of Land and Sea, adapted from the National Diet Library of Japan official website. The term ama, most often written with characters meaning sea and woman, generally refers to women who free dive for shellfish, seaweed, and other marine products. It is said that they practice free diving both to prevent overharvesting and to help protect the marine environment. Although amadivers operate in many regions in Japan, the Toba and Shima regions are known for having the highest number of amadivers. These regions also exhibit customs unique to the area, such as the practice of carrying objects with the Seiman and Doman symbols to ward off misfortune. Even within Toba and Shima, rules and practices can vary greatly. For example, the practice of wearing white attire over the wetsuit is a common practice only in the Shima region. Despite the high population of amadivers in Ise Bay, there are none to be found north of Ise City. This can be explained by the difference in the seafloor composition between the two areas. While the sandy seafloor near Ise allowed for net fishing, the rocky seafloor in the Toba and Shima areas made net fishing difficult, leading to the adoption of free diving as an alternative. Abalone, harvested by amadivers in Kusaki town in Toba, has traditionally been processed into ceremonial dried goods known as noshi awabi, which are then presented as an offering at Ise Shrine. This practice is said to have originated when Yamatohime no Mikoto, the princess who enshrined Amaterasu at Ise Shrine, was searching for a suitable food to offer to the gods. When presented with abalones by an amadiver named Oben, the princess found them exceptionally delicious and decided that abalone would be the primary offering for the region. As a result, the amadivers of Toba and Shima have a strong connection to the region's Shinto rituals, and there are some regions where they perform ritual dances and as offerings during Shinto festivities. Note, although ama is sometimes written with characters meaning sea and man when the diver is male, this game uses only the traditional characters of sea and woman when the language is set to Japanese. Ah, interesting. Seiman and Doman. Protective symbols worn by amadivers in Shima and Toba. The star-shaped symbol is known as Seiman, and the lattice-like symbol is known as Doman. The two symbols are often embroidered side by side or drawn on clothing using purple dye made from shells. They are warned by Alma divers when diving to ward off potential disasters that might befall them at sea. Okay. Ooh, okay. Question mark. Don't go following them around just because we don't see many foreign folks around these parts, you hear? Chie, we heard that 2 Alma divers from the mainland went missing in some sort of accident. You heard right. Do you think that's a bad omen as well? I do. I'm well aware just how dangerous the sea can be. But 2 divers getting caught up in accidents and going missing one after another. That tells me there's something off with the sea itself. We all done here? You 2 should leave dealing with the island matters to Shinobu from now on. Keep your head down and stay out of trouble. You hear? Flexing my voice acting skills, you know it. Yeah. Well, that was something. She isn't a bad person at heart, but she's sure stubborn. Yeah. The lighthouse. Ah, the foreigners! Oh, looks like we found them. That looks like them, alright. Excuse me? You rang? I'm gonna make him sound Russian. She's gonna sound British. Do my eyes deceive me? Could these young islanders have come all the way here to talk to us? Welcome, welcome to Kamishima Lighthouse. There's not much here, but please make yourselves at home. Thanks for having us? Oh no, he's hot. He does look pretty good, yeah. Why is he the one welcoming us? It's because most people here have been avoiding him. He's excited someone finally wants to talk. Oh. Anyway, we were wondering if you could spare a moment to talk. Wait, before you do, shall we play a game? I want to guess why you've come to talk to us. May I? Sure. It's probably safe to assume, you know, we've been making the rounds here asking questions. Indeed, it was most likely hearing such news that incited you to climb all the way up here to meet us, which means... I've got it! We've almost certainly done something to offend the good people of this island. Committed some manner of ill-mannered faux pas. Faux pas? Is that how you say it? You must have come to tell us that the lighthouse is off limits to everyone except authorized personnel. Actually, no. What an amazing face. Ah, the bitter taste of failure. And thus does my stint as aspiring detective end in ignominy. I'd say that whole show was kind of a social faux pas at least. Don't worry, he's always like this. He'll bounce back in no time. I see, he must be pretty resilient. Since you didn't guess right, do you mind if I continue? Oh, asking my permission, are we? Well then, by all means, permission granted. Thank you, yes. My name is Arnav Barnum. What a name. You can call me Avi as a sign of our newfound friendship. And also because I like it better. Arnav Barnum. Okay then, Avi. Ah, such a pleasing ring to it. And what can I do for you, young man? Would this girl be your daughter? Not quite. Miss Circe... Circe? Is it? No. Circe, I think it's Circe. Not quite. Miss Circe Lunarlight here is a distant relative of mine. Amazing name. Yes, Miss Cersei Lunalight would be me. Nice to meet you. I'm Yuzumi Nikuchi, a resident of Kamishima, and this is... Azumi Kumoi. Nice to meet you. Yuza and Azumi, the pleasure's mine. Wait. Minakuchi. Oh, so we've piqued your interest, have we? I'm a fantasy writer by trade, with a reach spanning the Atlantic, from Bonnie England to vast America. Not that any of his books sell at all. That's right. For some reason, no one buys my novels. Quite the mystery, no? Alas, a fantasy writer has no need for mysteries. What's that? I earn more as an occult writer, so that might as well be my main job now. Humbug! Humbug? Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. Hold on, I need to screenshot this for my friend Humbug. Humbug. I see. In any case, I'm just your average free spirit. Footloose, fancy-free and all that. What's that? You're wondering if my bohemian nature is the reason I remain unattached and unwed. Humbug, I say. Stick a sock in it and mind your own beeswax. You seem to be enjoying yourself. I am indeed. Why not give it a try yourself? 1, 2, 3. Humbug, I say. I'm good, actually, thanks. Impressive as it is, I concede doing this pose 3 times might have been a bit much, yes. This guy sure is hard to keep up with. At any rate, I recently found myself with a pressing need to visit your fair country for research. Fortunately, young Circe here just happened to be studying in Japan, and kindly agreed to accompany me as my guide. Your guide? Indeed. She's quite the enthusiast when it comes to Japanese folklore and occult phenomena, and such a pleasure to converse with her as well. Isashima is a deeply spiritual region, full of sacred places I'd always wanted to visit. Ooh, okay. We traveled around the mainland before coming here, but this place stands above and beyond. My nose almost started bleeding from the exhilaration. Recollect. In fact, I think it did a bit. You must have been really excited, huh? Is this really that special compared to other places? Of course. It wasn't called a land whither repair the ways from the eternal world for nothing, you know. The land whither what? What's this? You've never heard it called that. It's said that Yamato-hime no Mikoto, the Empress of ancient Japan, was searching for a suitable place to enshrine Amaterasu 2,000 years ago. She received a divine revelation that the waves around Ise province came from the eternal world, which led her to establish the Ise Grand Shrine. This eternal world is a separate realm from the world in which we live. Some describe it a perpetual paradise. Well, you're gonna have to slow down there a bit. So, what does that mean exactly? We learned about it in our local history classes, remember? Oh, yeah, I think I remember. Sorta. Basically, Ise is such a sacred place, even the ancient gods took a liking to it, right? Exactly. It has such an enchanting vibe. Just being here is enough to have my nose gushing all day long. But the residents wouldn't be feeling too hot if our noses kept bleeding all the time. One thing's for sure though, you seem to really like Isashima. As a local, I'm super happy to hear that. Alright. Good ol' Arn of Barnum. Okay. Arnav Barn. Male. Author, occult journalist. 40 years old. Nickname Avi. A fantasy author and occult journalist whose books are published in both America and England, but they apparently don't sell well. Unmarried, he has apparently come to Japan in search of mermaids. Oh, I was right! Oh my god, it's a young girl from England. Wait, I was right. Female, exchange students, 15. 15? Aww, she's a little baby. A young girl from England, currently on exchange in Japan. She seems to harbor an ardent interest in Japanese folklore and occult stories. Will you be staying on Kamishima tonight? If you need somewhere to stay, I know a few places. We've actually already booked a guest house back on mainland. We'll be taking the last ferry back after this. Oh, I guess you don't have much time left then, huh? So, what brings you to Kamishima today? I'm glad, yes, young Yuza. We were hoping to pick your brains on the topic as well. There wouldn't happen to be any legends concerning mermaids passed down on this island, would there? Gah! So you really are looking for mermaids? Oh, indeed we are. You know what mermaids are, yes? I refer, of course, to the mythical half-human, half-fish creature. Sure, we know that much at least. Nah, then I may be able to provide a modicum of additional information on the subject. Additional information? Well, you may be aware that the typical Western mermaid is envisioned as having the lower half of a fish and the top half of a human woman. It's thought that this interpretation has its origins in another sea monster, the sirens of Greek mythology. Their claim to fame is surfacing near reefs and bewitching sailors with their beautiful voices. Andersen's fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, yay, Andersen, is a famous example of this type of mermaid. Indeed, it caused this image to enter common knowledge. Yeah, that's what comes to mind when I think of mermaids too. A typical mermaid, right? Nah, but the mermaid that appears in ancient Japanese folklore is quite different. How far am I into the game? I have no idea. Oh, I can show you here. Wait. Maybe I can't. I'm meeting the foreigners right now. If that, says anything. This mermaid has only the head of a human, with the rest of its body being a fish. It appears it was seen more as an evil spirit or a yokai in nature. The legend that eating its flesh will grant immortality also implies that it was seen as more fish than human. Sure, that makes sense. People would definitely think twice about eating something that looked human, huh? This isn't to say there's a difference in Eastern and Western interpretation of mermaids, mind you. One could rather assume that there are several different types of creature that can be encompassed by the term mermaid. After all, there were also reports of more humanoid or demi-human mermaids being sighted in Japan in later years. Different type of mermaids, huh? Personally, I think lumping the two under the same appellation is a mistake. After all, they're two different creatures that just happen to share the same trait of being half fish, half human. It leads to misunderstandings when conflicting stories get passed down, and then the whole concept gets treated as a cult malarkey. I think I see what you mean. Listening to you talk about them, it sounds like you believe mermaids really exist Avi. Okay. But of course I do. After all, I didn't come to research mermaids. I came to look for mermaids. Bum bum bum! This is all very compelling. Isn't it? I think this is the first time someone's agreed with me on the matter. And that brings me to my next question. You wouldn't happen to have any local info on mermaids, would you? Unfortunately, I've never heard of any folklore about mermaids here. I see. That would align with the answers we've received to our other inquiries thus far. And it would seem our investigation has branded us as certified weirdos. Most everyone now turns us a blind eye as well as a deaf ear. Well, it's probably not just because of that. I mean, isn't there supposed to be a huge occult craze going on in Japan right now? I assumed everyone would be jumping at the chance to discuss cryptids. Pretty sure that's just a small group of enthusiasts getting worked up. A very vocal minority, yeah? Occult craze, spiritual phenomena, the supernatural, aliens, cryptids, lost civilization, extrasensory perception, the list goes on. Such unexplainable phenomena are quick to take on a life of their own. A plesiosaur named Nessie living in Loch Ness, sightings of mythical creatures like the Tsuchinoko or Hibagon, the urban legends of the Kuchisake Onna and Hanako-san, television reports of spoon-bending psychics, documentaries featuring spirit photography and UFOs that become the talk of the school the next day. These are only a few examples of stories that have captivated the public's interest. Magazine specializing in paranormal phenomena continues to thrive, with no end to the craze in sight. If you're that interested in the occult, what brought you all the way to Kamishima? Do you have a reason to believe mermaids could be found here? An excellent question. I do indeed. More precisely, I had reason to believe they could be found around Taishima, an island that no longer exists. Taishima? Indeed. I obtained this information through personal research, so I imagine it's not common knowledge. But some say there were 3 mermaids, Sobae, Nagame, and Hayase, living in the seas around Taishima 400 or so years ago. 3 of them, and you even know their names? You didn't even know Taishima existed until today. It seems a deliberate decision was made not to leave any records of Taishima's existence, which would obviously lead one to believe something is being concealed. On that note, did you know that records remain of several other sightings of mermaids in Ise Bay? What? Really? That's right. Legends about mermaids exist throughout Japan, and this region is no exception. In particular, there are reports of mermaids having been discovered in Sud City and Ise City, both of which border Ise Bay. Whoa, I had no idea. I've jotted down some notes on these legends, so please take a look if you're interested. Me when I choke when I hydrate. Okay. The Mermaids of Betsuho. According to the Kokon Shomonju, a collection of notable tales old and new, an anthology of spoken stories compiled in the 13th century. 3 mermaids were discovered caught in a fisherman's net in Betsuho in Ise province, modern-day Nakabeppo, Kawage town, and Sioux City. The Mermaid of Futami Gauda. There are a total of 6 mermaid sightings mentioned in the Kagenki, the ancient annals of Horyuji Temple, covering the latter half of the Kamakura period to the Nanbokucho period. One of these entries describes a mermaid sighting in Futami, Ise province, modern-day Futami town in Ise city, in the 2nd year of the Enmun area, 1357. The mermaid was subsequently named Enmeizu, a name composed of characters affiliated with long life. Ano town's Yaobikuni. Although the exact time period is unclear, legends tell of a girl named Osato from Kusawa in Ano town of Age district, who became immortal after eating the flesh of a mermaid and went on to become Yaobikuni, a nun who lived for 800 years. The 3 mermaids of Taishima. While this information is not recorded in any literature, according to Avi's research, 3 mermaids, Sobai, Nagame, and Hayase, purportedly lived on Taishima, an island said to have sunk about 400 years ago. Thanks, this is all very interesting. So, which type of mermaid are you looking for, Avi? Well, it seems a lot of the mermaid sightings around Ise Bay were fish mermaids. Fish mermaids? But the mermaids sighted around Taishima were apparently the human mermaid sort. So it stands to reason that any mermaids around here would be human mermaids as well. By human mermaids, you mean the sort that are closer to humans than fish, right? Indeed. The ones closer to fish, meanwhile, are known as fish mermaids, or that's what I call them anyway. I see. I don't know whether that makes it easier to understand or more complicated. In that case, mermaids whose flesh would make you immortal if you eat it would have to be fish mermaids then, right? Another fine question. It is indeed difficult to imagine people eating the flesh of human mermaids. But I personally believe that human mermaids also have the power to bestow immortality on people. Oh, I wonder. How about another refresher on myth and legend? Are either of you familiar with a place called Ryugu? Ryugu? Is it related to the Ryugu Palace that appears in the tale of Urashima Taro? Just so. It could well be considered the inspiration for the undersea palace in that familiar fairy tale. Whoa, I was right. Tale of Urashima Taro. Yoshitoshi Tsukioka. Urashima Taro returning home from the palace of the Dragon King excerpt, adapted from the Tokyo Metropolitan Library collection. Long, long ago, a youth by the name of Urashima Taro lived in a village by the sea. One day, upon rescuing a sea turtle that was being bullied on the beach, Taro was amazed when the turtle thanked him by inviting him to the Ryugu Palace, the legendary undersea palace of the Dragon King, as a token of gratitude for his kindness. Ryugu Palace was a wondrous place, with a beauty unlike anything found on the surface world. The princess of Ryugu Palace, Otohime, received him with great hospitality. Taro spent his days treated to elegant dances performed by sea breams and flounders, and satisfied by extravagant feasts, spending his days as if in a dream. After spending some time enjoying his luxurious lifestyle, Taro began to miss his village. he asked Otohime for permission to return home, and although sad to see him go, the princess granted his request. As a parting gift, she handed him a mysterious box, a tamatebako, but warned him never to open it. Thinking this strange, but agreeing to Otohime's request nonetheless, Taro accepted the tamatebako and set out back towards his village on Turtleback. Upon reaching his village, Taro realized everything was different. The house he had lived in was gone, and there was no sign of his parents or anyone he had known. What he had believed to be just a short sojourn in a Ryugu palace had in fact been several hundred years on the surface, and the village and people he had once known were no more. Overcome with despair, Taro turned to the tamatebako he had been gifted in a final grasp at home. As he opened the box, a thick white smoke engulfed him, and in that instant, the hundreds of years that had passed caught up with him, turning him into an old man. The Ryu, dragon, surely refers to the god of the sea. It's not uncommon for deities associated with water to be a serpentine in nature. This would make Ryugu the palace where the god of the sea resides, the palace of the Dragon King. Huh. I had no idea Ryugu Palace was based on something else. Ryugu is known for being home to the priestesses who attend the god of the sea. These women are collectively referred as Otohime. Oh yeah, Princess Otohime appeared in the tale of Urashima Taro, didn't she? Yeah, but she was described as the ruler of Ryugu Palace in the fairy tale. So, she was actually a priestess? A slight embellishment to make for a more interesting story, I assume, hardly uncommon. There's also another interesting theory about the Otohime of Ryugu. It's said that they were half fish, half human woman in appearance. In other words, they were mermaids. Oh. But what's that I hear you say? That's all well and good, but where is this Ryugu palace anyway? You want to know. You're dying to know, aren't you? Very well. Then take it away, Circe. Right. As a matter of fact, Ryugu is said to be the exact same place as the Eternal World I mentioned earlier. Whoa, really? In other words, the sea around Ise, which is said to consist of waves from the Eternal World, is in fact the location of Ryugu. And Ryugu is home to the Otohime mermaids, right? That's right. What's more, as priestesses who live in a land said to be an eternal paradise. It wouldn't be that odd if they had some sort of power to grant immortality to humans. Even in the tale of Urashima Taro, Princess Otohime displayed an ability to influence the physical age of other people using the tamatebako. Ah. If the story has its basis in the ability of mermaids to influence human lifespans, that power of hers makes a lot more sense, don't you think? I see. So that's why you think human mermaids are able to grant immortality even without eating their flesh. Oh ho ho! You see, intriguing is it not? But how would you even get to Ryugu? Aha! What creature was responsible for bringing Urashima Taro to Ryugu in the eponymous tale? That's right, a turtle or kame. And what is the name of the island we're currently standing upon? Kamishima. Oh, Kamishima. And there you have the reason for our visit. So you believe there might be some clue as to how to get to Ryugu hidden on Kamishima? Could Kamishima really have some sort of link to Ryugu? Tales of Ryugu, the abode of the god of the sea, exist in every area of Japan, posited by some theories to be the eternal world of legend. It is said to be a perpetual paradise connected to this world via the seabed that bestows everlasting youth and unnatural longevity to those who live there. Some tales also equate Ryugu with the underworld, the place where the dead journey after death. The tale of Urashima Taro, about a youth who was invited to the seafloor palace of Ryugu as thanks for rescuing a turtle, led to Ryugu's name becoming widely known throughout the country. In the story, a princess called Otohime serves as a ruler of Ryugu Palace, but Otohime originally referred to priestesses serving the god of the sea, who presided over Ryugu. By the way, Yuza. Yes? You said your name was Yuza Minakuchi, correct? Yes, that's right. Are you familiar with an individual by the name of Mare Minakuchi? Huh? Mare Minakuchi was my mom. She passed away in an accident 5 years ago. Nah, I apologize for the indiscretion. My condolences. 5 years ago, You wouldn't happen to have inherited anything from your mother, would you? No. But what do you mean? Why do you know about my mom? Could she have had some sort of connection to mermaids? Nah, well, this is more related to my personal research, so I can't say for sure. Please tell me. I'm also looking for mermaids. If you know anything, I have to know. Well now, you've certainly grown lively all of a sudden. Let's calm down a bit, Regrettably, the only lead I have is a rumor that suggests some connection between mermaids and Mare Minakuchi. A rumor? From where? Oh, you want to know? Well, I suppose you would, wouldn't you? Very well, I'll tell you. I heard it from a descendant of the islanders who used to call Taishima home. What? So someone survived the disaster that sunk Taishima, and their descendants are still around today? Long story short, yes. Isn't it fascinating? And this particular individual was also the one who told me about the 3 mermaids who were said to have lived on Taishima. I see. By the by, if you're also seeking mermaids, you must have some information of your own, yes? Surely this one-sided exchange of knowledge wounds your good conscience. Allow me to remedy that by accepting any information you have. Yuza. Yeah, this is our best lead yet. Let's share what information we can. You see. Oh, so you were saved by a mermaid during the disaster 5 years ago. And you believe the mermaid in question might have been your mother. Yeah, I know it sounds pretty far-fetched. And I know some of it probably comes from me wanting her to still be alive. Oh no, on the contrary, I find it very interesting indeed. Why, you ask? Why? There's a rumor about one of the 3 mermaids who used to live around Taishima. They say she took on human form several decades ago, and has lived among humans ever since. What? No way! Hi, Jacob, welcome in! That would fit perfectly with our theory. Haha! Color me surprised as well. This is my surprised face, by the way. Ah, if only we could see his surprised face. But it would be very interesting if that was the case. Sorry, Avi, I think I'm at my limit. Oh my, that bad, is it? Is something wrong? My apologies. As much as I wish we could talk more, it appears we're out of time. I'm afraid we must bid you goodbye for today. Now that you mention it, if you're looking to make the last ferry, you'll probably want to be heading back soon. Wait, this is the most promising lead we've found. If you could just stay a bit longer. Believe me, I'd love to continue our chat too. But the little lady's been feeling a bit under the weather ever since arriving here, you see. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You're not going to get another nosebleed? If you're feeling that bad, maybe you should stay the night after all. Thank you. I'm just about holding the nosebleed in. But I really should get off the island as soon as possible. Oh my god, she's 11. As in, like, not age, but like from Stranger Things. Ever since arriving here, I've had this feeling that some terrible calamity is approaching. A calamity? You can't mean... Ah, I forgot to mention. Young Circe here is a bit sensitive to things in that sphere, if you catch my drift. Oh, okay, but... As reluctant as I am to part ways, we really must go. Many thanks for the information you shared, and never fear, we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow? Yuza... I'm sorry, excuse me. Avi! You rang? If you happen to find any more leads on mermaids today, could you let me know as soon as possible, please? No, I didn't expect you to be all that interested. Very well. If I hear anything else, I'll be sure to let you know. If you could give me your contact information, perhaps. Thank you! Man, that sure was a stroke of good luck. I never thought they'd have so much info for us. We managed to learn a lot, but it seems like getting any more from them today will be a bit tough. I really need that information by tomorrow, though. Huh? Alright, let's see. My queen? You have anything more to say? Okay, now. Looks like the sun's starting to set. Why don't we go over what we've learned so far? Yeah, good idea. First, we learned that my mom was considered cursed by some of the islanders. Yeah, they said she was descended from the person who originally called forth the curse of the raging waves or something like that. And because he thinks the curse is about to break out again, Mr. Wakamura is currently trying to find a way to stop it. Not everyone on the island believes in it, though. Kikuko and Shotaro didn't seem to believe in it at all, yeah. We also managed to speak with those two foreigners who were looking for mermaids. They sure were full of surprises. And there's also that rumor about mermaids living near Taishima, a nearby island that was destroyed, and that one of them assumed human form. I never thought we'd find something to support the idea that my mom might have been a mermaid. Whatever else we may have learned from this, the mermaid I encountered 5 years ago may very well have been one of those three living near Taishima. We also got some hints about where those mermaids might have come from. Yeah, there's a good chance they originally came from an otherworldly place called Ryugu. If they're in a place like that, I don't see how we could ever get to them, though. What that girl said about a calamity approaching is bothering me a bit, too. There's no way she should know about the curse of the raging waves, right? Do you think that means the curse is real after all? Oh! Azumi, I just realized something. Yeah? If the curse of the raging waves is in danger of breaking out again, then wouldn't that mean its curse bearer is still around today? Oh, damn. You're right. But your mom is, well, not with us anymore. So it would be you, because you're a descendant. Mr. Wakamura seems to think I wasn't the direct cause of the curse reappearing too. Yeah, he'd probably be coming down on you even harder if he thought you were. That's true. So the person responsible would be someone who wasn't here 5 years ago but is here now. Sato, maybe? Well, assuming the curse is real anyway. Yeah. Still, I really do wonder if my mom had some sort of link with mermaids. I hope whatever Gran has to tell us sheds some light on things. You mean what she's planning to tell us at the bay tonight, yeah? What's wrong? There's a bunch of noise coming from Chuo Street. I think I heard screaming. Let's go! Uh-oh. Why? Why? Who died? What happened? What's wrong? Tsukasa, what's going on? I don't... We were just... But then Sato just... Yuza, look over there. What? Ah. Oh, yup. That's what I thought. Sato, there's blood everywhere. What happened? She's not moving. Don't tell me she's dead. Sato just... Suddenly, we were just... But then she got cut down. Just a flesh wound, exactly. Also, hi, Lauren. Whatever it was, we gotta get her to the clinic. Wait, what's happening? Whoa. Sato, her wound is... The wound is... gone? Sato! Oh, hello. Sato? Are you okay? Sato? Whoa. Holy information. Oh, Yao Bikuni. Sato? Oh, Sato. Oh, it's her, isn't it? That's banger. Oh, that's banger. Okay, I do kind of want to go to Sato's because of that, but I guess it would be better to continue in the right timeline. And the plot thickens. It sure does. Time to meet up. Sato Shiranami was mysteriously cut down, yet moments later she resurrected before her friend's very eyes. As confusion engulfs the island, Yuza and Azami head out to meet Yuza's grandmother, Tsuyumi Nakuchi, at the appointed time and place. Several hours later. Sorry to keep you waiting, Yuza. It's nearly time up to meet with Tsuyu, yeah? Let's head that way. Right. Right? That is so good. The whole island was in an uproar after that. We didn't even get to ask Sato what happened. Yeah, apparently she shut herself up in her room at the Wakamuras and hasn't come out since. What the hell was that though? And how did she even get hurt like that in the first place? Some of the islanders were kicking up a real fuss, saying that Sato isn't human, that she's something evil that should be chased off the island. But everyone settled down after Mr. Wakamura stepped in and promised to handle it. Everyone on the island has probably heard about it by now, though. It will all be anyone can talk about for a while yet. Did you go back home afterwards, Yuza? No, I stayed out to do some digging. Graham wasn't at home anyway. She hasn't recovered enough to be able to move around that much, though, so I'm getting pretty worried. Yeah. You think our promise to be with her at the bay is still on? Let's go and see. Hello. No, good. She's here. Gran, is your leg okay? Uh-oh. Gran, it's me. Oh, okay, thank goodness. She's fine. Oh, you two came after all. The waves were so loud I couldn't hear you for a second. What are you doing over there, Gran? This is where it's hidden. Hidden? What is? What Mare, your mother, left us. My mom? Yes. So, Yuza, have you heard of an island called Taishima? Taishima? Uh-oh. I knew it. I knew she was gonna go. Gran? Gran! See, what's wrong? She's hurt bad. We have to stop the bleeding. Ah! What are you two doing over there? Kikuko, this isn't what... She just suddenly... Is that Tsuyu? No, you couldn't have. Wait! Shit, she's totally got the wrong idea. It's too late. Gran, she's got no pulse. The wound's too deep. It almost cut her queen in half. She never stood a chance. I'll go get someone. You stay here with Tsuyu, Yuza. No, it's alright. I'll come with you. Help! Someone get a clinic doctor! Ah! Uh-oh. It's happening again. This is the old lady Nakamura? What the hell's happening? I hear screaming from down there too. Come on, let's go. Yup. It's the tragedy again. No way, even Chie? Someone help! 2 more people collapsed over there. What's happening? Help me! I don't want to die. Damn it, there are too many victims. We aren't going to have enough people to help at this rate. There are more over there too. Oh, what the hell is happening? Oh, and she died again. Is that Kikuko? It got hurt too? Someone tell me what's going on. What's with these gashes appearing out of nowhere? This isn't right. There's no way this is normal. Is it a virus? Or was there really a curse? Those affected by the phenomenon died instantly. The strange calamity that had suddenly descended on Kamishima plunged the island into a panic. With no knowledge of the cause or reason, there was nothing that could be done to prevent it, and the massacre continued unabated for a time. The survivors were seized with fear. Some ran to escape, some simply broke down. Some flew into a wild rage. A frenzied chaos swept over the island. A short while later, at least we were able to meet up with Tsukasa. But what the hell's going on? The whole island's in an uproar. Everyone's so panicked we couldn't find anyone who could talk straight. Who could blame them? No one knows who will be affected next. It's probably best to hide here until things settle down. You okay, Tsukasa? No, I have no idea whether my ma's safe or not. And I wasn't able to find Sato either. I'm so worried about her. Old man Wakamura said he would handle things, so I hope she managed to make it back home at least. Hey, Do you think Sato's wound healing up like that has anything to do with what just happened? We've held off prying into Sato's past up to now. But maybe that won't fly anymore. Come to think, didn't this whole Curse of the Raging Waves mess start when Sato came to Kamishima? Don't say that! This isn't Sato's fault. She's just a normal girl. I won't let anyone say anything bad about her. Not even you, Azami. Ah, sorry, Tsukasa. I didn't mean anything by it. I wasn't thinking straight. Okay, hold on. 1 second. I mean, I never thought something like this was really possible either. Huh? Something like what? Do you have some idea what could have caused this? Well, a little while ago, when we were at Old Man Wakamura's place, some guy phoned and threatened to kill all the women on Kamishima with a curse. Another curse? Who was it? What did they want? I don't really know. He said something about no mercy, just punishment for anyone who defies him. It was really creepy. What the hell? All those people had to die just because some guy didn't get what he wanted? Old Man Wakamura said he'd do something to stop the Raging Waves curse, but things just got worse instead. Azami, calm down. It's no use getting mad at me. You're right. Sorry, Tsukasa. I guess I got a bit heated. Even so, that means those gashes were deliberately caused by someone using a curse, right? So they're the one responsible for all this. Right. Even if the massacre was caused by something supernatural, someone made it happen. About that, something's been bugging me about this whole thing. What do you mean? It didn't seem like the victims were being targeted at random somehow. They were all women for a start, so I was trying to think of some kind of common point that would tie them together. That's our Tsukasa, sharp as ever. So, what were you thinking? Could they have been targeted because they were Amadivers? Now that you mention it, weren't all the victims we saw on the way here Amadivers? Though I guess most of the women on Kamishima have at least some Amadiving experience. Ah, but they went after Sato first, right? That wouldn't fit. Oh, you're right. Sato isn't an Amadiver. I was pretty worried Yuza and I might be targeted as well, but I guess we can breathe a bit easier now. We still don't know what the conditions are, though. None of us are out of the woods yet. Wait, the victims were only women? Ah! Could the killer have been using this to find their targets? But that would mean the culprit is... What's up, Yuza? You figure something out? Oh, and we're dead. Fuck. Huh? What? Yuza, your head, it's... Oh, yep, the head again. It's always the head. No! I had a feeling. Well done in your efforts thus far. You have now borne witness to the details of the tragedy that befell Kamishima. However, please don't be discouraged. This too is necessary knowledge for your journey. The situation you find yourself in is complex indeed, a veritable maelstrom of events. But I'm sure you will be able to overcome this trial and accomplish your true objective. For now, we will return to the story chart, where you may proceed with a different route. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Alright, so... yeah, we are locked out. Alright, that feels like a good moment to save. Because I have to go have dinner, and I don't I don't think I can play anymore today. I might go live again later, but I doubt it. I will definitely be back again tomorrow, though. But I am playing... Yeah, I'm playing the trial of Rewritten tomorrow. But maybe Sunday I'll do some more Paranormasight. But yeah, this was so fun. And thank you so much for being here, you guys. I had a great time. Or well, great, like, you know what I mean. It's not great to see people dying, but ooh, Crystal is playing the original Paranormasight. Oh, I need to see that. Ooh, let's raid Edmund again, because Edmund is celebrating his 5-year affiliate anniversary. Oh my gosh. Mine was actually on Valentine's Day. That was my anniversary, my Twitch affiliate anniversary. Maybe we can do a proper celebration at some point. I know, right? No, it's wild. All right, for those who want to join the Discord, there you go. Then we have raid emojis. There we go. All right. I don't know when Edmund exactly will be back, but he'll come back eventually. Farewell, everyone. Yes, thank you so much for being here. And make sure to stay cozy, because, oh my goodness, it is cold. At least over here, it's really cold. All right. Have a good one. Bye!